question.
I still sleep with my teddy bear.
I dream about my ex.
Am I normal?
Or am I nuts?
I still see my teddy bear.
Well, welcome back. It's time for Normal or Nuts. This time each week, Dr. Keith Ablow reads your emails and diagnoses your most bizarre habits.
But today we've got a special edition of Normal or Nuts. It's the Rob Ford edition. Is Toronto's crack-smoking mayor normal or nuts? Dr. Keith joins us from Boston. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you guys.
Okay, we're gonna use video for your analysis. First up, here's a little snippet. Want you to analyze where the mayor compares himself to Saddam Hussein.
All right.
This, folks, reminds me of when I was watching it with my brother when Saddam attacked Kuwait. And President Bush said, I warn you, I warn you, I warn you, do not. Well, folks, if you think American-style politics is nasty, you guys have just attacked Kuwait.
Okay, so normal or nuts, Saddam it.
All right. Well, look, we're going to call it a little narcissistic and a little paranoid, so a little nuts.
A little.
However, it's also a little refreshing.
Why?
Because here this guy is actually comparing himself to President Bush, not to Saddam Hussein, saying, you've attacked Kuwait, you're going to pay. He's direct, he's clear. He says, I know who my enemies are, I'm engaged, and this is a battle to the end. And you know what? If I were someone opposed to him, I'd say, wait, I guess the game is on.
Somewhat normal.
Okay.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Somewhat normal.
Example.
Somewhat
Okay,
normal.
We have another example for you, which everyone has seen. Okay, so when Ford decks the councilwoman in the jacket, the green jacket, while confronting a heckler. Okay, so here's the video.
Boom.
I mean,
Normal or nuts?
normal or nuts?
Kind of snapped, ran across the place, knows every camera's on, and that's kind of abnormal, wouldn't you say?
It's almost a dip.
Well, look, I'm going to say mostly normal because, number one, this woman kind of swoons. She doesn't quite hit the deck. She kind of falls in a slow-motion fashion. She gets up and she tries to comfort him. She may have a job as a therapist in the future. I think he was doing a Chris Christie imitation where Christie confronts people directly who are heckling him. He does it much more elegantly. But this guy's channeling American politics.
I'm worried about you, Keith.
Now let's talk about the mayor, who went after his detractors, because he had 44% approval rating before all this mess happened. People kind of liked him. He says his detractors are just left-wing tax and spend socialists.
The haters are going to be the haters, John. But I know one thing. I know I return every single phone call personally. I've watched every single dime that is spent. And these councillors do not like to be held accountable. That's the bottom line. And let's call it for what it is, John. These majority of councillors down at City Hall are left-wing, tax and spend socialists.
Please tell me you think that's normal.
Listen, I'm not having this guy in my office because he doesn't need to come. He's looking more and more normal all the time. He probably is right about his detractors. Here's a guy who stands up. He says, look, I'm not going to be a two-faced guy. I use cocaine. Vote for me or not.
Smoking?
Well, at least he admits it. I mean, if you were to polygraph the United States Senate, we got to send 30% of the people home.
Wow.
Okay.
So he was so inebriated he's smoking crack, that was okay with you?
It's not okay. It's not okay, and he needs help with that, but he admitted it, and if I were this guy's opponent, I'm not turning my back.
Okay, interesting.
All right,
take,
you got
Dr.
it.
Keith.
Ford's got some backing.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Doctor.
Take care.
I'm with him.
Built to last.
Coming up, Nancy Pelosi says Democrats are not running away from Obamacare. Really?